A concerning update to our ongoing KCRA3 investigation. Dignity delayed. Last week, we told you exclusively about the third missing persons case linked to a Dignity Health hospital and its backlog of human remains.
A lawsuit just filed reveals more disturbing allegations. KCRA3 investigates Lizzie Mitri has been combing through the documents. Lizzie, what did you find?
Curtis, the lawsuit claims not only did the hospital fail to notify Tanya Walker's family after she died, it alleges the hospital actually donated Walker's organs even though she wasn't an organ donor. At 51 years old, Tanya Walker died at Dignity Health's Mercy General Hospital in November 2023. But the family says the hospital never notified them and didn't issue a death certificate until 5 months later. So the family and detectives searched for Walker all that time. Now the family says they're suing.
They need to be held to task for the absolute nightmare that families are living who do not know if their family members are dead or alive.
The lawsuit also alleges that Dignity unilaterally made the decision to make Walker an organ donor and then without any permission whatsoever harvested her eyes and tissue. On top of Dignity Health, the family is suing the offsite morgue that Dignity has been contracting with to store bodies for months or even years after patient deaths. It's more commonly known as cremations only, but the official business is Mortuary Support Services of Northern California. It's owned by Michael Robert Lofton. The lawsuit alleges the company failed to properly store Walker's remains by failing to embalm her body and refrigerate it at the appropriate temperature. It also states a permit is required by law to store a body for more than 8 calendar days, and that the company held Walker's body for 5.5 months before finally getting that permit. We did reach out, and the attorneys for Lofton and his business say this is a very unfortunate situation. However, they say their client disputes that it has any liability in this matter, and they intend to vigorously defend any claims against it. Another thing that stuck out to us, this lawsuit claims the Sacramento County District Attorney is now investigating. The office wouldn't confirm that to us, saying it doesn't comment on what it is or is not investigating, but that would be a big development because up to now, state regulators have known about this and they have taken no enforcement action.
So, Lizzie, we know you've been reaching out to the state about this, about a history of issues with Dignity hospitals. What's the latest from the Department of Public Health on this?
Right. We've been requesting records. Back in February, CDPH was supposed to send us documents from a 2022 inspection of Mercy San Juan within 14 days. We've reached out multiple times on that and haven't heard back. So we're still waiting.
Yeah. And I know you'll continue to press them for more information on this. Lizzie, thank you so much for looking into that.
And we're going to continue to follow this issue closely.
So you heard what they said. So Tanya Walker went into the hospital and never came out. They illegally made her an organ donor, exhumed her organs, shipped her over to the morgue, held her for 5 months illegally, and didn't notify anybody. If that don't sound like organ harvesting, I don't know what that is. I'm not saying I'm an expert, but I'm not a fool either. So you have a morgue that's not even really fully regulated like it's supposed to be. That is the selected morgue for this particular hospital, and this particular hospital, Dignity Hospitals, has a reputation for offing people, allegedly this Dignity Hospital allegedly has a reputation for offing people keeping their bodies and their organs going missing. According to what this is saying, allegedly, because I got to say allegedly. So allegedly, this is what's happening. What's the code? How you doing? Thank you for joining us this morning. Peace and blessings to you as well. Learn CPR. Oh yeah. Hey, look, I got my CPR in my card. I got my CPR card in my wallet right now. I am certified in CPR. Yeah, I agree. We should learn as much in the medical field to help ourselves as possible, because we have to learn alternatives to a medical industry that we don't trust. If we don't trust the industry, we got to do a couple things. One of the things is we have to be healthy, and another thing we have to find, we have to create our own alternatives. But Tanya Walker went into Dignity Hospital and didn't come out. That makes me think about something I saw the other day. It was talking about serial killers. And it was talking about white women serial killers specifically. And how when we talk more so about serial killers, we talk mainly about men. First white men, then black men. And then we talk about the ways in which they take people out. In this one, when talking about white female serial killers, one thing that stood out to me is a lot of these women were nurses. A lot of these women were in the healthcare field. A lot of these women were in the fields where they are taking care of people. And so a light bulb went off in my head. A light bulb went off. Okay. So I hear an abundance of black women giving their experiences in hospitals, negative experiences in hospitals. I'm always hearing black women, especially when they're talking about pregnancies, but just period. The hospitals, the people in the hospitals, the nurses, they're telling them that they don't feel pain, they don't have the issues that they're having. Everything is being downplayed. And then I think about the mortality rate of black women in the hospital. And then I remember a quote of some woman who said, hospitals are to black women what the police are to black men. And I was like, And so I'm not a black woman, so I have to listen. I have to open my ears up and listen, right? Because if so many black women from so many walks of life across the country, because I've heard this on both coasts. I've been in California hearing women saying this. I've been as far as DC hearing women saying this. I'm in Florida hearing women saying this. Everywhere I go across the country. And I talk to many people across the country. Through this podcast, I've been podcasting for 10 years. I've talked to thousands of people across the country. And one of the main things I keep hearing from black women is basically they're trying to take them out in the hospitals, right? And so at some point we got to start to listen and we got to correlate things, right? So on one hand, serial killer white nurses. On the other hand, black women, negative experiences in hospitals to the point where they're actually, a lot of these women are not coming out of these hospitals. We got to look at something. We have to look at something. There you go. Take care of our health. There we go. Georgia says the devil is here, only a matter of time before he will reveal himself. So he's collecting souls from people who would look down, who the world will look down on. May more of my black people seek the Heavenly Father. Said book suggestion. Yep, I got some excerpts from Medical Apartheid. And Georgia said we got to pray too. My man Ricardo Flo in the building. What's going on? He says KCR83. That's here where I live. I have decent med coverage, but I don't take everything my doctor says is gospel. I know they use a single standard for all, but our blood types is different. No, you right. You have to know yourself. I've said for long, especially growing up in the South, right? So growing up in the South, my people are country. Especially on my mother's side. My pop's side, my people are ghetto. They hood and ghetto on my pop's side. On my mama's side, my people are country. And so, but both are still from Florida. We're still from North Florida. And if you know anything about North Florida is still country. So old school home remedies, natural remedies have always been a part of my life. Natural remedies and natural medicines and things are still a part of my life now. I've been a relatively healthy person my whole life, and I think one of the things I attribute that to is eating fruits and vegetables, getting exercise, drinking water, and making sure I consume my natural nutrients, remedies, medicines, and all those things there. I do think that there should be a merging of the two, a merging of the modern stuff and the traditional stuff. But you know, it all starts with us taking care of ourselves. But yeah, you have to know yourself. You have to know your blood type. You need to know all these things, right? Men, we need to create the medical spaces for ourselves. We need to, and we need to nurture them as well. So another book suggestion, A Terrible Thing to Waste by Harriet Washington. That's what's up. To ask questions. There you go. We need to make it clear and known that we will no one sit or stand for what's been happening, retribution over reparation. There we go. We will no longer, I got you. We will no longer stand for what's going on. Right. Remember Miss S. Williams' experiences during childbirth. Who was Miss S. Williams? Please remind us. I'm sorry. God ain't got nothing to do with this. Get out of here, my people. We can flee. Who can't needs to watch and pray. Hey, we don't need to flee. We need to be victorious. We need to be victorious over the system, because remember, it's a global system. Black women and black men are suffering from this globally. Serena Williams, right. Oh, S. Williams, I didn't get that. Yes, Serena Williams did share her story, and I will say this: Serena Williams sharing her story did help to bring more light to what's going on to black women, but it shouldn't have took Serena Williams. It shouldn't have took the story of a mega celebrity for people to be paying attention. But I do thank her for sharing her story, because it brought more light to it. It says, I am growing through this madness now, still since 2020. This medical industry, man, and think about what we're saying too. Medical industry. Anytime you attach industry to it, that means money is involved. Now, let me play this other video, because Tanya Walker was like the third missing person within Dignity Hospital within a certain time frame. So let me play this before I give you a lot more details on this Tanya Walker thing. So please hit that like button, everybody coming in. Please hit that like button so we can make sure this video gets out. It helps the algorithm. It helps us grow. It helps everything. So please hit that like button. And I appreciate y'all for joining me on this good Thanksgiving morning before everybody go eat. Come holler at me. Let's build. Let's learn. Let's grow. I got my news report I had on today. Let's get it. This is more information about Dignity Hospital, what's happening with the Tanya Walker situation, and its relation to other cases within Dignity Hospital, because it seemed like allegedly that if you go to this place, you're not coming out. So
it all comes down to one public record required by law, a death certificate. And this is yet another example of what happened when a Dignity Health hospital didn't get that taken care of after one of its patients died, leaving the family and law enforcement in the dark.
We went searching and we started making flyers.
Where was Tanya Walker?
Not knowing is the hardest thing. We had posted several times, TikTok, Facebook, any social media platform we could.
Family and detectives tried to find out.
We were really investing a lot of resources into Tanya's case at the time.
Trying to find someone who was never really missing.
Could this have been avoided?
Oh, absolutely.
My name is Daly Merez. My sister's name is Tanya Walker.
Walker was the oldest of 13 kids, her other sister, Kalia Zachary, says.
We grew up here, Sacramento, born and raised, all of us.
The 51-year-old also had kids of her own.
She has 4 children, 2 girls, 2 boys.
It was just before Thanksgiving in 2023 when the family reported Walker missing.
She's never missed a holiday. She was there every holiday. So we were just waiting for her to come there for Thanksgiving. And when she didn't show up, we knew something's really, really wrong.
I'm a detective with the Missing Persons Bureau for the Sacramento County Sheriff's Office.
Detective Zahim Baksh was on the case.
From the get-go, Tanya's family was very involved in getting our office information.
And I think they thought we were crazy, to be honest. We called them so much.
The sheriff's office report shows Walker's family said she was homeless, but she had a car, a white Toyota Camry, last seen here near a North Highlands apartment complex. But when detectives checked it out, there was no car and no Walker.
From there, we started doing review of surveillance footages, contacting residents that may have seen her in that area.
They traced her car to a Roseville tow yard and searched it.
One tool that we used in her case was a cadaver dog, because we wanted to take out the question of, hey, was this potentially a homicide?
Because after the family offered a small reward, the tips were worrisome.
We received a lot of information that she was deceased. She was in a body bag.
Each time they'd pass it on to detectives.
We kept saying, here's another site. We'd show them the text or the email, and they'd meet us out there. We would take it up. And she wouldn't be there.
So roughly how long were you investigating this?
In Tanya's case, we were investigating it for roughly 7 to 8 months.
Wow.
An investigation that came to an end in a way no one expected.
It was May 30th. The detectives called us.
They learned Walker suffered cardiac arrest and died here at Dignity Health's Mercy General Hospital all the way back on November 2nd of 2023. But the hospital didn't issue a death certificate until April 15th of 2024.
Like, oh my God, like what? Why were we notified?
That means the family reported Walker missing 2 weeks after she had died at the hospital.
They could have actually saved us a lot of heartache and trauma.
Months of added grief for the family and fewer resources for detectives.
Unfortunately, Tanya is not our only missing person.
The sheriff's office says it gets 150 to 200 missing persons cases a month.
You kind of look back and you think, well, you could have maybe done this on another case while we were looking at Tanya's case, because she truly wasn't missing.
After Walker died, the hospital stored her body here at an offsite morgue called Cremations Only.
Just to know that she was sitting at a morgue for 7 months and no one notified us, it was just heartbreaking for us to, why couldn't anyone tell us anything, So I think that's more of what has me so angry.
Now the family is suing since learning they were not alone.
It just continues to get worse and worse as the facts come out.
KCRA 3 Investigates has already revealed Dignity Health had a backlog of dozens of bodies, patients kept at a morgue without any public record of their death, in some cases for years, even though California law requires a death certificate within just 8 days.
This case appears to be a callous disregard for Dignity's patients and their families.
Her body was in the worst condition you could imagine.
Walker's family says they were forced to cremate her.
So this was from her celebration of life. Family members sign it.
Love you, sis. We'll miss you.
To my oldest sister, love you always.
Will always be in my heart. Love you, Mom.
A life taken too soon. Rest in peace, your cousin.
While still grieving the loss, they say they're also fighting for justice.
What would you like to see happen?
Change. That's what I would hope for, is change.
We did reach out to a Dignity Health spokesperson and Mercy General Hospital President Stephen Foster, asking for an interview to discuss Walker's delayed death certificate. They did not respond. Back to you.
And KCRA 3 Investigates has obtained court records related to 22 other cases where Dignity Health hospitals took more than a year to issue death certificates. In those documents, Dignity Health says that the COVID-19 pandemic and staffing issues created the backlog of patients at its offsite morgue.
Wow.
I chose the domain name.
Wow. 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 That's crazy as hell to hear that. So Dignity, so what's up with Dignity Hospital? Why are they still operating? If they have all this information on Dignity Hospital and they have a backlog of bodies, that they're not informing people about. People are allegedly not here no more in that hospital. They're going to the hospital, allegedly not leaving the hospital, right? And then the morgue just holding bodies for years. And this place is still running. That, to me, my light bulb go off. I ain't saying I'm the sharpest knife in the drawer, but my light bulb go off and I say, this smell like conspiracy to me. I'm just saying, if it smell like conspiracy to me. It smell like a well-run operation. That's what it smelled like to me. I'm just saying. So I think we're getting the second round of evil our ancestors got, and how we're going to stop this. It's not just happening to you guys, but we're all landed. Unity will be, I'm just saying, unity will help us be able to better protect ourselves, to be unified. Start eating these foods that cause organ failure. European kings were known for eating meat and died very early. Now they need organs. Yeah, I mean, the foods we have, all our foods are messed up, because the meats are bad, the vegetables are bad, fish bad, all the stuff bad. Everything is bad. We are so dependent upon them that whatever poisons they giving us, we don't have no choice but to consume, and we try to get the best of the poisons. Yep, learn how to get along. It says, our doctors capable of eye transplants are few. China did. And so, right, because they said they took her eyes. They said they took her eyes and other soft tissue. So if eye transplants are few, and they took her eyes, that's a very, 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 very expensive transaction.